Good evening. It's the backbone of our road network, the M6, and one of its busiest junctions is to get a major overhaul. £65 million will be spent on widening junction 10 at Walsall, but it won't start until 2018 to allow other projects to be completed. Motorists are already being held up by waterproofing taking place at junction 8 of the M6 to its link to the M5. And on top of that, there's improvement work between junction 10A and 13. So in all, there'll be roadworks on that stretch of the M6 until at least 2020. Bob Hockenhull reports.
It's one of the busiest junctions on one of the busiest motorways in Europe. Financial advisor Bernard King passes through junction 10 on the M6 twice a day between his home in Albury and his office in Staffordshire.
Here we go, approaching junction 10 now. This is very, very typical of a normal morning. The traffic is slowing dramatically.
The 18-mile journey can take 90 minutes. Mr. King says the delays cost time and money.
Junction 10 has always been a notoriously difficult spot on the motorway. I think it's just sheer volume of traffic for a very old junction with many different approaches coming into one hotspot. In terms of lost output, I would suggest that it could cost the West Midlands, in lost time alone, millions and millions of pounds.
It's predicted traffic will grow by 36% by 2031. So how do you stop gridlock? Today, plans to spend £65 million improving Junction 10 were unveiled. 2 bridges above the motorway will be rebuilt and expanded to 4 lanes.
Currently only has 2 lanes of traffic, but obviously by bringing that extra capacity in there, that's going to bring more free flow conditions to that really, really busy junction. And also, in consultation and collaboration with Walsall, we're improving the roads either side.
Of course, it's not just drivers from the Black Country who will benefit from any improvements carried out to this junction. It'll also help the many tens of thousands of motorists from all over the country who pass this way every day. This successful pharmacy based in Walsall believes the delays are hampering the Black Country's economy.
If we don't get the traffic moving on any of our junctions, but particularly junction 10, it has an impact on people getting to work, people coming into local economy to shop. So by getting that junction moving, we'll actually start to get the economy moving at the same time.
The public will be consulted on the proposals. Highways England says it believes there'll be minimum disruption for maximum benefit. Bob Hockenhull, BBC Midlands Today, Walsall.
Well, our transport correspondent Peter Plisner is at the RAC Control Centre, which overlooks the motorway between junctions 9 and 10. So, Peter, how important is this project?
Well, as Bob said, Junction 10 is an important junction on one of the busiest motorways, and it's important for both national traffic and local traffic, and the improvements will provide more capacity. Predictions out today suggested that we could see 36% more vehicles on this motorway by 2031. The big question is how much disruption will motorists face while the work's going on? With me from the RAC is Matt Dalloway. How bad do you think things will get?
Well, hopefully not as bad as people may think. We've had some disruption around here for the last 12 months or so businesses and commuters alike have got used to it. And hopefully, when it does finally take place, it will be some short-term pain, but hopefully long-term gain for the area.
But it's an odd design of junction because obviously the Black Country route was added many years after it was designed.
Yeah, no, indeed. And I mean, this is an incredibly busy piece of road. There's 130,000 vehicles go past this every day. 30% of those are commercial vehicles. That's only going to grow with the growth of online retail industry, which is a £100 billion industry now in the UK. So it's really important the local roads get some attention as well as the major roads that the government spend money on.
Do you believe these predictions of traffic growth of 36% in the next 15 years?
Well, what we've seen 10% growth in the last 5 years. And as we said earlier, with the advent of more e-commerce in the UK, we only think that's going to get bigger. So whether it's 36% or not, but certainly the trend is growing all the time, yeah.
How important do you think the improvements actually are going to make?
Well, they're massively important, not only to the local industry and the local commuters who suffer through this period, but also the economic growth of the UK. The research suggests every pound that the government invests, it gets £4 back in economic growth. So it's really important to get this right.
Matt, many thanks. Well, the work starts in 2018 and will be completed by 2020.
Peter Plisner, thank you. Well, staying with transport and London.